During years, we've been told that prostate problems are an inevitable part of getting older, that there's nothing you can do but wait, worry, and hope for the best. The data tells a different story. While age is a real risk factor, daily choices can quietly push your prostate toward irritation, swelling, and nighttime bathroom trips, or toward calm, steady function. I'm Dr. Linda Parker, speaking to you today as a wellness educator focused on men's health and longevity, and I want to be very direct. The real enemy of your prostate might already be on your plate. In this session, I'll walk you through 3 everyday foods most men consume without thinking, explain how they stress your prostate, and show you simple, doable swaps that protect your urinary comfort, vitality, and confidence as you age. Clear, respectful, and practical, so you can put it to work today. Let's start with what actually goes wrong when the prostate is unhappy. Men usually describe it in everyday language. The stream feels weaker. They need to stand there longer. They get up once, twice, even 3 times at night. The bladder feels never quite empty. During the day, that means planning your life around the nearest restroom, avoiding long meetings, and feeling tired because sleep is broken. There's also the quiet anxiety that comes with it, the worry that performance, connection, and confidence will slip. Under the hood, 2 processes are commonly at play: chronic, low-grade inflammation and hormonal metabolic pressure that keeps the gland swollen and irritable. If you picture the prostate like a gentle ring around your urethra, any swelling makes that ring tighter. Anything that inflames tissues or thickens the surrounding environment can turn a normal bathroom break into an obstacle course. Here's the part most men miss. Inflammation and metabolic pressure are profoundly affected by what you eat. Not one meal, not a single cheat day, but the default foods you reach for every morning, midday, and night. Today, I'll uncover 3 everyday offenders and give you a blueprint to replace them without feeling restricted, without counting grams, and without turning your routine upside down. My goal is that, as you listen, you can already picture your next grocery run and the way your evenings might feel when you're no longer waking up at 2:30 a.m. Before we dive in, a quick note on tone and safety. I'm not here to scare you, and this is not a lecture designed to make you feel guilty. Food is emotional and cultural. The plan only works if it respects your real life. Also, this is general educational guidance. If you have a medical condition, take medication, or have concerns about your urinary or prostate health, bring these ideas to your trusted professional and personalize them. That said, let's get practical. Enemy number 1, refined sugars and sweetened beverages hiding in plain sight, morning pastries, sweetened yogurts, most flavored coffees, sodas, energy drinks, juice cocktails, and even the generous squeeze of syrup you drizzle on weekend pancakes. Why are these such aggressive agitators for the prostate? Because rapid sugar spikes are followed by insulin surges. Over time, this roller coaster stiffens blood vessels, pushes inflammatory signals higher, and encourages fat storage in places that generate more inflammation. It's not only weight, it's the chemistry that weight pulls behind it. For the prostate, that chemistry translates to a tissue environment that's more irritable, more swollen, and less forgiving. Men often tell me, "But I don't add sugar to my coffee." Then we find the sugar in their flavored creamer, the granola bar in the glove box, the healthy smoothie with half a cup of added syrup, or the mid-afternoon soda just to get through the day. Here's how sugar plays out hour by hour. You start your day with a sweet coffee and a pastry. You feel great for 60 to 90 minutes. Then you crash, hungry, unfocused, and slightly edgy. To fix it, you reach for something sweet again. By mid-afternoon, your body is inflamed, your energy is on fumes, and your brain is negotiating another pick-me-up. Then bedtime arrives. Sugar earlier in the day can make your nights more restless, so you're more likely to wake. And when you wake, you notice your bladder. One pattern feeds the other. The next morning, you're tired, so you lean on sugar again. Day after day, the loop keeps your prostate in a bath of chemical noise. How do we break the loop without becoming a monk? Swap sweetness sources and timing while stabilizing blood sugar. First, cut liquid sugars because they hit fastest. If you do only one thing this week, make it this: replace soda, energy drinks, and sweetened coffees with unsweetened alternatives: plain or sparkling water, black coffee, coffee with unsweetened dairy, or a small splash of real cream, unsweetened tea, or herbal infusions. If you love iced tea, brew it strong and add lemon. If you love fizz, go for sparkling water with a squeeze of citrus. Second, move sweetness to whole fruit with fiber. A bowl of berries with plain Greek yogurt and a handful of walnuts will satisfy your palate and keep blood sugar steady. Third, if you absolutely want something sweet, position it after a protein-rich meal, not on an empty stomach. A small piece of dark chocolate after dinner is very different from a syrupy latte at 10 a.m. The difference for your prostate is indirect but real. Calmer blood sugar, lower inflammatory tone, less tissue irritability, easier urination, and better nights. Let me give you a 3-day starter rhythm you can remember without an app. Mornings, protein plus fiber plus fluid. Examples: scrambled eggs with spinach and olive oil plus black coffee, or Greek yogurt, chia seeds, berries, and cinnamon, plus unsweetened green tea. Lunches: a palm-sized portion of protein, fish, chicken, tofu, big salad with olive oil and vinegar, and a side of beans or lentils. Afternoons: sparkling water with lemon, a handful of nuts if hungry. Evenings: baked salmon or sardines with roasted vegetables and a small baked potato or quinoa. Dessert: 1 or 2 squares of dark chocolate, slowly enjoyed. Notice what's missing. Liquid sugar. Notice what's present. Healthy fats, fiber, and steady protein to keep insulin quiet. Enemy number 2. Highly processed red and processed meats as your default protein. Think bacon every morning, lunch meat sandwiches daily, hot dogs at games, sausage on pizza, fast food burgers with little else on the plate. I'm not here to demonize a single steak. I'm here to point out what happens when your weekly rhythm tilts toward processed options that come with sodium, preservatives, and a fatty acid profile that drives inflammation. For the prostate, that combination can mean a chronic, low simmer of irritation. Salt pulls fluid into places you don't want it and may make nighttime urgency worse. Preservatives and advanced compounds formed during high-heat cooking add to the chemical load, and when these foods displace fish, legumes, and vegetables, you lose powerful antioxidants and healthy fats that could be calming your tissues. Men often tell me, "But protein keeps me full." Correct. Protein is your friend. The problem isn't protein, it's the package it comes in. A lunch of deli meat on white bread, a small bag of chips, and a soda delivers protein inside a bundle of refined carbs, salt, and additives. That bundle is the issue, so we keep the satiety and change the package. Here's the blueprint. Prioritize seafood 2 to 3 times per week, especially fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel, because they bring omega-3 fats that help quiet inflammation and support vascular function. Rotate in legumes, lentils, chickpeas, black beans, with extra virgin olive oil and herbs. They're naturally rich in fiber, which supports a healthier gut environment that sends anti-inflammatory signals throughout the body. Choose poultry or lean cuts of meat more often, and when you prepare red meat, use gentler cooking methods and balance the plate with a big pile of vegetables and a drizzle of olive oil. A very practical swap. Replace one processed meat breakfast with a Mediterranean skillet breakfast. Olive oil, cherry tomatoes, spinach, onions, and 2 eggs, topped with a few olives. You'll feel satisfied, not weighed down, and your morning bathroom break is less likely to feel sluggish. Another swap. Instead of a deli sandwich, try a protein bowl: greens, quinoa or farro, roasted vegetables, a can of wild sardines or salmon, olive oil, lemon, and capers. It's fast, it travels, and it feeds your prostate calm chemistry instead of irritants. I also want to address grilling. High heat and charring create compounds that your body has to neutralize, adding to your inflammatory load. I'm not asking you to throw away the grill. I'm asking you to be intentional. Marinate meats with olive oil, lemon, garlic, and herbs. Grill at moderate heat. Avoid heavy charring, and load the plate with colorful vegetables. The antioxidants in herbs, lemon, and vegetables actively help buffer those compounds. It's not about perfection, it's about balance and protection. Enemy number 3, refined white flours and ultra-processed snack foods. White breads, crackers, pastries, cookies, chips, and the constant grazing that goes with them. These foods break down quickly into sugar, which brings us back to insulin, inflammation, and the nightly bathroom dance. Here's an image I want you to keep. Your prostate is exquisitely sensitive to your metabolic climate. Imagine 2 climates. In the first, your blood sugar drifts gently up and down, your insulin stays low, your blood vessels are flexible, and your tissues are bathed in calm signals. In the second, your blood sugar spikes and crashes, insulin shouts all day, and your vessels stiffen. Guess which climate makes a 2 a.m. wake-up more likely? We fix this with structure, not willpower. The simplest structure is 3 satisfying meals with protein, vegetables, and some slow-digesting carbs, plus a planned snack if you truly need it. When the meal is balanced, the mind stops hunting for snacks. If you do snack, make it whole. A handful of almonds, an apple with peanut butter, carrots with hummus, plain yogurt with cinnamon. If you enjoy bread, choose dense, whole-grain options and eat them alongside protein and olive oil, not alone. Pasta. Try whole grain or legume-based pasta and load it with vegetables and olive oil. Chips and crackers are designed to disappear. Trade them for crunchy vegetables with a dip, or keep roasted chickpeas in your pantry. Now let's connect the dots between these 3 enemies and the sensations you care about most. First, nighttime comfort. Men who reduce liquid sugars and ultra-processed snacks commonly report fewer nighttime awakenings. 2 reasons. Steadier blood sugar promotes steadier sleep, and lower sodium additive load reduces bloating and overall tissue irritation. Second, daytime ease. When inflammation drops, swelling eases, and the urinary stream often feels more reliable. Less hesitancy. Less time standing there, waiting for things to begin. Third, confidence and mood. Stable energy and a calmer body change how you carry yourself. You feel more in control. That confidence affects your relationships and your daily choices in a positive feedback loop. Because I care about results you can feel, I want to give you a 7-day prostate calming reset you can start this week. Day 1, clear your beverages. Remove soda, energy drinks, sweet teas, and flavored coffee creamers. Replace with water, sparkling water, unsweetened tea, black coffee, or coffee with a small splash of real cream. Add a squeeze of lemon to 1 or 2 glasses per day. Day 2, swap your breakfast. Move to eggs and vegetables, or Greek yogurt with berries and walnuts. Day 3, protein bowl lunch. Greens, plus beans or lentils, plus a can of salmon or sardines, plus olive oil, plus lemon. Day 4, snack cleanup. Put almonds, pistachios, or roasted chickpeas on your counter. Move cookies and chips out of sight or out of the house. Day 5, fish night. Bake salmon with olive oil, lemon, and herbs. Serve with roasted carrots, broccoli, or Brussels sprouts. Day 6, pasta upgrade. Whole grain or lentil pasta with a sauce of olive oil, garlic, tomatoes, spinach, and anchovies or tuna. Day 7, grill smarter. Marinate, lower the flame, pile on vegetables, avoid charring. Throughout the week, 20 minutes of brisk walking daily, nasal breathing, and a consistent bedtime. This combination, food, movement, and sleep, helps your vessels relax and your tissues calm. You might be thinking, but I travel, or my job feeds us lunch, or I have kids with snack foods at home. Real life is messy. That's why we use anchor habits, one non-negotiable at each time of day. Morning anchor. Protein-forward breakfast, no liquid sugar. Midday anchor, a protein bowl or a sandwich built on dense whole-grain bread with a mountain of vegetables and olive oil, sparkling water instead of soda. Evening anchor, fish or poultry 2 to 3 nights a week. Vegetables are half the plate. Dessert is small and late, not early. Travel anchor, carry a bag of nuts, order grilled fish or a salad with chicken, ask for olive oil and vinegar, drink sparkling water with lemon. Workplace anchor. If catered lunch is pizza and soda, take the salad and protein, drink water, and save the pizza for the rare day you really want it. Because everyday foods are social foods, let's talk about weekends with friends. If you love burgers, make them at home with grass-fed beef or turkey, pile on tomatoes, onions, and lettuce, use a whole grain bun, and add a side of roasted sweet potatoes instead of fries. If you love pizza, buy or make a thin, whole grain crust, top with vegetables and a modest amount of cheese, and pair with a big salad. If you love barbecue, marinate proteins, grill gently, and serve with slaws dressed in olive oil instead of creamy, sugary dressings. And keep the beverages clean. Sparkling water with citrus, unsweetened iced tea, or a small glass of red wine with a meal if you drink alcohol and your clinician is comfortable with it. Alcohol can be an irritant for the urinary tract in some men. Notice your personal response and adjust. Let me offer a series of short, real-life vignettes, composites inspired by the men I've educated, to show how this plays out. Case 1, Mark, 61, project manager. He woke up twice nightly and felt rushed in the morning. Habit: a large vanilla latte and a muffin at 8 a.m., a turkey sandwich with chips and soda at noon, and a sugary granola bar at 3 p.m. We changed exactly 3 things the first week. Black coffee with a splash of cream instead of the latte, a protein bowl lunch with sparkling water, nuts instead of the granola bar. He kept everything else the same. Within 10 days, he dropped to 1 nighttime awakening and noticed the stream started faster in the morning. He felt more comfortable leading meetings because he wasn't scanning for exits. Case 2, Raphael, 58, contractor. Breakfast was bacon, white toast, and orange juice. Lunch often a burger and fries. Dinner heavy. We swapped breakfast to eggs with sautéed vegetables and water. 2 lunches per week became sardine and bean bowls. He learned to love sparkling water with lime. He kept a Friday night burger ritual, but at home, grilled gently with vegetables. The main change, he reported? I don't dread bedtime anymore because I'm not up and down all night. Case 3, James, 67, retired, loves to bake. He didn't want to give up pastries. We negotiated. Pastries only after lunch, half portion, with coffee and a big bowl of berries. White bread became whole grain, and he added a fish dinner twice weekly. He also started a 25-minute evening walk with nasal breathing, which soothed his nervous system. 2 weeks later, he emailed, "Not perfect, but I'm sleeping deeper. That gives me my mornings back." Case 4, Theo, 55, executive who travels. Airport meals sabotaged him. We set travel anchors, sparkling water, unsweetened tea, salads with grilled chicken or salmon, nuts in his backpack, and a strict no soda on planes rule. He found a Mediterranean place near his hotel and ordered bowls with legumes and fish. His feedback: I thought I needed energy drinks to perform. Turns out those were the problem. I'm calmer and sharper. Now, let's layer in a supportive supplement pattern that many men find helpful when their clinician agrees. A daily omega-3 from fish oil if you don't eat fish regularly. Magnesium in the evening if you're tense and sleep is fragmented. And a high-quality, unsweetened green tea habit during the day. Omega-3s and green tea both support vascular health and a calmer inflammatory profile. These are not magic bullets. They are amplifiers for the food pattern you're building. Hydration strategy matters as well. Earlier, you heard me say to ditch sugary beverages. What about water itself? Simple rule: hydrate consistently during the day, taper after dinner, and avoid chugging right before bedtime. If you're active or sweat heavily, add a pinch of mineral salt and a squeeze of citrus to one bottle during the day. This helps your body retain fluid where it's useful, rather than sending you to the restroom every hour. If nighttime urination is your main complaint, keep your last full glass of water at least 2 hours before bed and focus on slow, nasal breathing in the evening to quiet your nervous system. I want you to understand one more physiological link: the gut-prostate axis. Your gut bacteria talk to your immune system. Diets dominated by refined sugar and ultra-processed foods tend to reduce beneficial bacteria and increase compounds that travel through the bloodstream and stoke inflammation. Diets rich in fiber from vegetables, legumes, nuts, seeds, and fruit do the opposite. They encourage a microbial community that sends anti-inflammatory messages. When the gut is calm, tissues elsewhere, including the prostate, often feel calmer. Practically, that means one giant salad a day with olive oil and vinegar is not a side dish. It's prostate support. Beans twice a week aren't just budget-friendly, they're chemical peacekeepers. Men also ask about caffeine. The answer is individual. Coffee can be part of a healthy pattern for many, especially when it replaces sugary drinks. But caffeine is a bladder stimulant in some men. If your nights are restless and your late afternoon coffee is non-negotiable, experiment. Move that last cup to before 1 p.m. or switch the afternoon cup to decaf or green tea. Pay attention to how your evenings and nights respond over 1 week. Your body will tell you what works. Alcohol deserves a clear word. For some men, even modest alcohol in the evening increases nighttime urination. For others, a small glass of red wine with dinner is well tolerated. There is no medal for forcing what doesn't suit you. If your sleep and urinary comfort improve dramatically when you skip alcohol for 2 weeks, that's your answer. Let's build a 1-sentence summary you can carry in your pocket, because clutter is the enemy of action. Calm your chemistry by replacing liquid sugar and ultra-processed foods with protein, vegetables, beans, olive oil, and water. Then protect it with movement and sleep. If you do that, you've undercut the daily forces that irritate your prostate. Because implementation matters more than information, here's your first 48 hours checklist. No apps, no scales. Tonight, remove sodas, energy drinks, and sweet teas from your fridge. Put sparkling water and lemons in front. Tomorrow breakfast: eggs with vegetables or Greek yogurt with berries and walnuts, black coffee or coffee with a small splash of cream. Tomorrow lunch: salad bowl with beans or lentils, canned salmon or grilled chicken, olive oil, and lemon. Afternoon: if hungry, eat a handful of nuts, drink sparkling water. Dinner: baked fish or poultry, half a plate of vegetables, a small serving of potatoes or whole grains. Dessert: 2 squares of dark chocolate, eaten slowly, only after dinner. Before bed, stop large fluids 2 hours before sleep. Do 5 minutes of slow nasal breathing. Next day, repeat, then add a 20-minute brisk walk at any time of day. What results feel like? Within a few days, many men notice steadier energy and fewer afternoon crashes. Within 1 to 2 weeks, nighttime awakenings often drop from 2 or 3 to 1, or the wake-ups are shorter because you fall back asleep more easily. Within a few more weeks, waistlines begin to shift, morning clarity improves, and bathroom trips feel more predictable. Not because you're chasing a number, but because the chemical weather around your prostate has changed from stormy to mild. If you've listened this far, you might be tempted to fix everything at once. Don't. The men who win this game choose one enemy to tackle first, usually liquid sugar, and one anchor meal to upgrade, usually breakfast. When those feel automatic, they move on to processed meats and snack foods. This is how you change a decade of habits without burning out in a week. I want to leave you with a quiet story about hope. A gentleman in his early 70s told me he had started avoiding long drives with his wife because he dreaded stopping too often. He also felt less like himself, less steady, less confident, less joyful. We didn't go on a perfection crusade. He traded soda for sparkling water with lime. He began eating sardines twice a week because his father used to love them. He made a big salad his lunch anchor. He kept the Friday night burger tradition, but cooked it gently at home with roasted sweet potatoes. And he walked after dinner, listening to jazz. 3 weeks later, he said, "I slept through last night, first time in months. We're planning a weekend trip." That's why we do this. Not for lab values or check boxes, but for life. The takeaway in one line: the real enemy of your prostate is not age. It's the daily foods that inflame your chemistry. Change those, and you change your nights, your days, and your confidence. It is never too late to reclaim vitality and comfort. Start with your next drink, your next breakfast, your next grocery cart. If today's guide helped you, take a moment to reflect on one change you'll make in the next 24 hours. Share this with a friend who needs a clear path. And if you want more straightforward, respectful guidance on men's health, longevity, and everyday habits that actually work, subscribe and tell me in the comments which swap you're trying first. I'm Dr. Linda Parker, and I'm proud of you for taking ownership of your health, calmly, intelligently, and on your terms. Health note: this video is for general educational purposes only and isn't a substitute for personalized medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you have urinary symptoms, prostate concerns, cardiovascular disease, kidney issues, or take prescription medications, consult your licensed healthcare professional before making dietary or supplement changes.